That morning in her peaceful Flagstaff home, Meri Brown sat still on the edge of her cream-colored sofa in the arid, sharp Arizona air. Although her hands were softly resting in her lap, the twitching of her fingers revealed the tempest that was brewing beneath her composed exterior. She could feel the weight of years of unspoken facts pressing down on the walls themselves. The wind outside grew stronger and shook the windows, as though it was demanding that something break at last. She had been playing the part for years. The obedient spouse. The mediator. In order for the family to survive another season, another interview, or another headline, the mother swallowed her own value. But what was built by that sacrifice? A monarchy built on strategic deception, quiet, and preference. At last, Meri was prepared to destroy everything. In Utah, Christine gazed down at the printout Janelle had sent while leaning over her kitchen counter with her hands supporting her weight. Every row of the spreadsheet screamed betrayal, despite its seeming innocence. As she read the dates and quantities, she followed the story as it. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Developed, land deeds changed, family money was embezzled, and Robyn was granted complete ownership of what should have been common property through LLC filings. Christine's throat grew constricted. The lady she had greeted with wide arms had, all this time, been establishing a hidden empire, not beside them, but behind their backs. She went for her phone and dialed Janelle, who answered instantly, her voice tight and flat. I believe it's time. A pause occurred. Then, with a deep, confident voice, Christine responded. Meri is in. The three women met covertly in backyards, cottages, and tinted window cars in the days before their showdown. They were completed with caution. For far too long, Robyn and Kody had been operating in the shadows, always just out of sight of responsibility. Now, however, the truth was written down. They included legal signatures, dates, and monetary numbers in their frauds. Previously instinctive, it now had shape, proof, and weight. Meri presented the records she had spent years gathering. Some were routine, overlapping trip receipts, strange expenditures on joint cards. However, some were critical. A land transfer that was carried out without council approval. The withdrawal of joint funds under Robyn's business name is authorized by Kody's signature. Robyn laughed as she remarked, "Once we have it all under us," in a voicemail recording. Everything changed because of that audio. The pragmatic Janelle had been warning for years that something wasn't right. She had inquired, but each time she encountered condescension, Kody would remark, "You just don't understand finances." Or, "Robyn is taking care of things. We need to trust her." It drove her insane, as if she truly didn't comprehend. Now though, she realized now that it was gaslighting. Insidious, strategic, and purposeful. The marriage has already lost Christine. Her conscience was clear, but her wounds were raw. Years before, Janelle had emotionally divorced herself, but she was still mired in the paperwork. And Meri? It was Meri who caught them both off guard. Now, the woman who had suffered the most obvious humiliation, the public rejection and the catfishing, was taller than they had ever seen her. Her sadness had solidified into lucidity. She had no desire for vengeance. She desired to be held accountable. They showed up without warning. Robyn's house was a monument to extravagance, looming over the neighborhood. Compared to the little homes the other women had endured over the years, this one was enormous, lavish, and frigid. With her chin up and her hand clutching the evidence folder, Christine took the lead. Janelle strolled next to her, her eyes keen but her face enigmatic. Meri trailed behind, each stride a mute proclamation, "I will no longer be silent." The door was opened by Robyn. As she took in the sight of all three women, her mascara-darkened eyes widened. "What in the world is this?" she stumbled. Christine brushed by her and stated bluntly, "We're here for answers. And you're going to listen this time." The living room was too perfect, immaculate. A few moments later, Kody came in, his face contorting from bewilderment to annoyance. What on earth is happening? The file was tossed onto the kitchen island by Janelle. She remarked, "You have been stealing from us. From the family, from your kids. You dare not act as though you are ignorant." Kody's face reddened. "That is absurd. I have been able to. You've been hoarding. Meri cut in, her tone icy. You constructed her a palace using the sacrifices we made. Robyn's lip quivered as the performance got underway. This is all being twisted. I didn't. Christine gave a sharp, bitter laugh. Don't cry, Robyn. They are no longer functional. The altercation raged for about an hour. No screams came from the women. They did not offend. One by one, they laid forth the facts, slicing through the facade like daggers. Kody was blamed, denied, and blustered. Robyn wavered between indignation and flimsy whining. None of it landed, though. They broke the illusion. Meri finally gave Kody a serious look, looking him in the eye. She had pleaded with the man she had previously married out of love to come see her. She muttered, "You told me I was disposable. You told me that one must earn love. And you had my faith. I reasoned that you would let me back in if I kept quiet and showed enough forgiveness." Kody remained silent. "But now I realize," she added, her voice rising, "that control was the only thing you ever valued. And you abandoned me when you were unable to keep me under control." Robyn sobbed more. Meri faced her. "I was robbed by you. From us. And you did it while portraying yourself as a victim." After that, she departed. Janelle and Christine trailed after, their quiet overpowering any last words. Headlines exploded the following morning. Former wives accuse Kody Brown of financial deception. Social media exploded. TLC was asked to cancel the show by fans. Children in their adult years posted strange notes. "The truth always finds the light," Logan wrote alongside an old picture of his mother. Kody made an unsuccessful attempt to record a response video. He yelled and babbled and contradicted himself. Robyn sat next to him, her cheeks streaked with mascara, her hand gripping his arm. She once muttered, almost to herself, "They've always hated me." However, she was no longer believed. Robyn started to distance herself in the weeks that followed. She ceased responding to texts. She was heard talking to herself while pacing her yard late at night, according to her neighbors. In interviews, Kody started attacking his ex-wives, labeling them liars, traitorous, and jealous. TLC put production on hold. Months later, one morning, Meri, Janelle, and Christine stood on the ridgeline of Coyote Pass. The terrain was calm and the air fresh. Their objective was to provide a place for families, houses, and heritage. Now, however, it was a cemetery of unfulfilled promises. "I'm no longer angry," Janelle declared. "Neither am I," Christine continued. "I'm just finished." Meri surveyed the landscape. "Give the dirt to them. They have already become enmeshed in it." And the three women smiled for the first time in decades. Not because they prevailed, but because they were free at last, forever. And there's more. Kody and Robyn Brown, stars of Sister Wives, own a $2.1 million home in Flagstaff, Arizona. Prior to selling their previous home to purchase this one, they were reportedly making astronomical monthly mortgage payments to pay for both homes. The pair's spending patterns are a topic of much discussion. They may be well known and receive compensation for their appearances on reality TV, but it does not necessarily imply that they are wealthy. Sometimes people who seem prosperous are actually on the verge of financial collapse. Financial life can be highly complex. A person may have a lot on the surface but be in debt. Though there have been rumors that they live beyond their means, this is most likely not the case for Kody and Robyn, who just sold the Brown family's land at Coyote Pass for $1.5 million. In fact, Kody and Meri Brown filed for bankruptcy together in 2005. Kody's desire for a better life with Robyn, complete with a luxurious home, a Mercedes C-Class car, and eye-catching David Yurman jewelry, is therefore not surprising. According to Yahoo, the expense of upholding this seemingly Hollywood lifestyle, despite the fact that it takes place in the Grand Canyon state, was extremely high. They owed $11,000 a month in mortgage payments prior to selling their previous house. Kody and Robyn had a Flintstones sink. They're undoubtedly spending a lot of money on a single mortgage, but it's still far less than $11,000. Robyn and Kody enjoy living the high life, and Robyn has been candid about feeling at ease spending money to improve their standard of living. She made a suggestion that Kody doesn't always feel at ease with the amount of money she likes to spend. Actually, Robyn owed more than $30,000 when she entered the marriage. In order to qualify for a home in Las Vegas, The family had to pay her bills, including those for Victoria's Secret pajamas. According to Robyn's 2015 ex post, she needed Victoria's Secret clothing because she has very long legs. It seems that the brand caters to women with her body type. Robyn really shouldn't have to defend herself in this way, and that's fair enough. She pulled out the plastic, made purchases, and then struggled to pay for them. Not many individuals haven't followed suit. Perhaps Kody wouldn't have desired to marry her in the first place if she hadn't invested money in projecting her ultra-feminine persona. Robyn had to deal with internet critics who questioned her spending and asked why she was constantly being harassed about it. She was divorced prior to Kody and was raising her 2 children alone while doing her best. She occasionally lacked the money to buy the goods she needed. Robyn never gets a pass, even though most fans should be able to relate to it. Kody has been drawn into a life of insanity by Robyn, who is seen as a Lady Macbeth-type character. Once more, she is probably not that horrible. She appeared to be in a better financial position after getting married. She's actually doing pretty well, based on her current way of living. Robyn spent $70K on American Girl dolls, which is a ridiculous amount of money to spend on toys. She might be quite financially comfortable if she can accomplish that, but according to Gwendolyn Brown, Kody's daughter with Christine Brown, Kody has a reputation for extravagant spending. Perhaps he wastes money to appease Robyn, who wants to live life and doesn't seem to care how much it costs. Janelle abandoned her spiritual union with Kody because she couldn't afford to pay $11,000 for 2 mortgages. Watch her and Kody squabble about their then-unsold Coyote Pass property up above. According to Janelle, she had virtually nothing when she ended their relationship. In order to support the Brown family, she used to go to work. Janelle actually put in a lot of work over years. By taking care of the Brown children, who delighted in her delicious meals and adept housekeeping, Christine provided value. Meri followed suit. Robyn is the only one that gets to live like a queen, even if all the women helped. This explains why there is so much animosity and a lot of doubt over Robyn and Kody's financial situation. The home owned by Kody and Robyn is valued at over $2 million. They drive a fancy car. Kody's white Mercedes is an expensive and stylish option. Kody owns a collection of Rolex wristwatches. David Yurman jewelry, such as Kody's Heart of the Ocean pendant, is used to decorate both. It's basically a pretty high-end lifestyle and a lot of spending. I hope all of this is within their means. The Sister Wives cast members are living extravagant lives, and there are indications that the criticism they receive for doing so is starting to get to them. They are at ease with their lifestyle and identity. They feel that their relationship and affection belong to what Robyn has referred to as the core family. As a result, the ex-partners and their children may feel alienated. The problem isn't how much Kody and Robyn, the stars of Sister Wives, spent. Rather, it's what Kody didn't spend on the others. Being Kody's ex can be difficult. In order to support her family, Janelle had to start anew and work really hard. She is now expanding her company, Tata Farms. This North Carolina flower farm might be able to help her change her situation. There, she is also constructing a house. Meri has her own company called Worthy Up, which is an online community for people to meet and boost their self-esteem. Despite actual difficulties, the ex-partners are doing well, but they don't have the same lifestyle as Kody and Robyn. Perhaps Kody and Robyn's occasional arguments are caused in part by all of this spending. They're finally alone together, so this should be their honeymoon period. But things haven't been easy. Sister Wives Kody Brown may not appear to be a typical Star Wars fan, if there is such a thing, but his collection of toys tells a different story, and it's interesting to consider what Kody's galactic doll and model collection could symbolize. Robyn believes that Kody Brown is attempting to ruin their marriage. It's safe to say that when he spends money on toys from what is unquestionably the most popular sci-fi series ever, he's giving the world tantalizing glimpses of his inner world, even though no one has a crystal ball that allows them to read his mind. The patriarch isn't just interested in Star Wars toys, he also enjoys Transformers. His toys might provide him solace as he adjusts to life with Robyn and what she referred to as the core family after 3 wives left and his son, Garrison Brown, passed away. They could arouse feelings of nostalgia, a desire to return to a time in life when things were easier and more straightforward. Kody is the best person to understand that growing up isn't always easy. He has been accused of favoring some of his children over others and ridiculed for selecting Robyn. Kody can be misinterpreted because he is painted more as Darth Vader than a hero. His flaws and errors damaged his reputation. He is being scrutinized to an excruciating degree. Instead of a Lord Vader doll, Kody actually went with a model of the Millennium Falcon, which will always be associated with a shabby daring do of one Han Solo. According to Reddit user mindful__nugget, view his model above. The Millennium Falcon has gone by a number of names. It was originally called the Wayward Son, evoking the Southern Fried Rock ballad, Carry On Wayward Son. Nevertheless, the light freighter's most intriguing inhabitants, Han and his devoted sidekick, Chewbacca, are largely responsible for its identity. Of all Han and Princess Leia Organa's snarky passion was once a soulmate's match so strong that it spanned time and space. Maybe Kody sees himself as the sassy Han, defending his brunette love while she defends him in return. Everything is very romantic. Even though Han and Leia eventually parted ways, this was a really fantastic love tale, as any moviegoer would attest. There is fantasy and then there is reality. The characters had the kind of chemistry that is so uncommon on TV. The actual world often interrupts Kody's fantasies as he collects Star Wars toys. It is therefore for everyone. Robyn reportedly spent $70,000 on her American Girl doll collection, which provides her with a similar sense of security. This kind of romanticism may be what ties these two together. The other brown women didn't seem to share it. Given that both of them are skilled players, the whimsy might indicate compatibility. According to the aforementioned Reddit thread, Kody also seems to own a General Grievous doll, but the picture of his collection of toys is a little hazy. Perhaps he does have a taste for the dark side if it is indeed the Kaleesh warlord who, in order to make amends for a horrible wrong, made changes that would make him even more lethal in combat. The general's true love was killed, and he was prepared to stop at nothing to fight the people who killed her. Similarly, it appears that Kody will stop at nothing to help Robyn. Grievous, who probably possesses 2 arms that can be transformed into 4, is incredibly skilled with lightsabers. He was well known for being an expert in cosmic combat. For the sake of his marriage, which is very important to him, Kody may feel that he must occasionally go to the dark side. He believes he has been unfairly labeled a villain because he feels punished for loving Robyn. Perhaps he believes he is battling for a relationship that truly fulfills him, which is what he loves most. Perhaps Kody is more than just a villain. Perhaps he is a hopeless romantic whose toys demonstrate his devotion to a woman that Sister Wives fans frequently refer to as a dark side queen. Kody will wear the black cap or helmet to continue using a Vader analogy, if necessary. No, she doesn't use Vader's famous heavy breathing to kill or shatter the spirits of her subordinates, but she has her own methods. Transformers dolls are also available. These action figures are robots in disguise because they can easily assume several personas. Kody might think of himself as a shapeshifter who had to remake himself, like Optimus Prime. He has changed from being a fervent polygamist to a man in a completely conventional marriage. There has been a significant change. People's personal possessions, such as their clothing, video games, and toys, can reveal a lot about their interests. Finding out what others enjoy is enjoyable since it reveals the secrets they conceal. Finding out what people value in the comfort of their own homes is a terrific way to get to know someone if you truly want to know them. Whether Robyn is Megan Fox riding a motorcycle in Transformers or Robyn is his Star Wars heroine, Kody adores her. She is his heart's queen. That is obvious. And he can feel that he is being persecuted by the world because he fell in love with a lady, something he had no control over. It's not a crime. Rather, it has occasionally resulted in dark side-style decisions that have driven 3 miserable and mistreated wives to seek true happiness outside of several marriages. The drawbacks of having numerous wives as a patriarch are depicted in Sister Wives. There is a great deal of remorse and bruised feelings. Kody simply couldn't make it work, but some men can. It might be time to stop painting Kody as a completely evil person because he is grieving, much like the general did when he lost something so valuable. When someone's pain becomes unbearable, they may act badly. They made dubious choices. Kody went out of his way to ensure that Janelle and Meri Brown earned a significant increase in their part of Coyote Pass. Since deeds speak louder than words, that is very important. Kody from Sister Wives can be an extremely mature toy enthusiast. While Robyn Brown and Kody Brown of Sister Wives live in luxury, Kody's ex-girlfriend Janelle Brown is struggling financially, which is one of the reasons that the revelation of their opulent bedroom at their previous residence is so shocking. They may be on easy street amid a Coyote Pass transaction that reportedly brought in a cool $700,000. However, it's possible that they actually needed that money to pay for their $2.1 million new home and their upscale purchases, such as the jewelry designs by David Yurman. Sister Wives stars Robyn and Kody aren't exactly living the life of luxury, as they're still recovering from a tragedy. The entire Brown family is still working on their grieving process after Garrison Brown passed away on March 5th of last year. Garrison played a significant role in the clan. Regretfully, when Garrison died, Kody was no longer in contact with his son, whose mother is Janelle. Kody must deal with grief and remorse. Perhaps this is why he feels so uneasy at times. He plays Robyn's king, but Kody may be secretly wondering how this all happened and what kind of person he is. As the Reddit screen grab above from a thread started by Mindful Sonagit demonstrates, Kody's castle in Flagstaff. They recently upgraded to an even fancier house they bought for $2.1 million, has a well-appointed bedroom with a royal theme. Only royals were permitted to wear purple in the past. Although the room is suitable for a castle, kings haven't always slept in peace. It was a color associated with the nobility. The head wearing the crown is heavy. As a father, Kody understands the meaning of pressure. Everyone wants and needs goods, so there's always pressure to support a large family. He understands what it's like to disappoint them. When everything is going well, it may be true that a patriarch has power and loves using it, but when things start to go wrong, the king is held accountable. The drawback of Kody's authority over his family is that he let many of them down. He failed to fulfill his promises, according to some children and ex-partners. He did not look after them. That's a heavy load to carry. No one, not even a king of a family with 4 wives and 18, unfortunately, now only 17 children, likes to fail. The pressure increases with the size of the kingdom. How does Kody feel on the inside, despite leading a good life? He is frequently out of character, irate, and assigning blame, as seen on TV. He is aware of his failure, but chooses to ignore it. Thus, he imposes it on others. The women that left Kody aren't actually bad people, even though they may have failed in their own ways. Like he did, they tried and failed. He's not being hurt by them. All they're doing is attempting to start over. He is also doing this. Kody has to face himself when he does this. Maybe in order to cope with the pain, he and Robyn turn to retail therapy. Watch the video above as he flaunts his pricey David Yurman ring. Robyn and Kody are currently grieving, which is really upsetting. In the family, there are also estrangements. A few of Kody's children avoid him. Garrison passed away before Kody had the opportunity to mend their differences. This is all really harsh. Kody frequently acts aggressively when he feels ashamed. He snaps, accusing those he has harmed. He has acknowledged that he uses this protective technique. He hurt the ladies who were formerly so close to him by saying, for instance, that he never loved his ex-wives. What a terrible thing to say to spouses who have been there every day for decades. Kody later acknowledged that he was angry and wanted to harm the ladies who had left him when he uttered such things. Splits are messy, so it's no surprise that Kody hides out with Robyn at home in a comfortable nest with all the trappings of affluence. Even if Kody and Robyn might not have the greatest taste, they purchase a lot of items and even immerse themselves in fantasy worlds to lift their moods. Robyn plays with her $70,000 dolls as a way to unwind. Kody owns numerous Rolex timepieces. Kody bought a Mercedes C-Class car. All of this is enjoyable, but the problem with material possessions is that they don't truly bring happiness. And Kody in particular is in dire need of true happiness. He has been at odds with some of his ex-partner's children. His child is dead. He is attempting to find his way out of a dark area. Robyn has claimed that he is difficult to live with. Kody may be unconsciously undermining their relationship because he doesn't believe he is worthy of happiness. This is a common practice. They create self-fulfilling prophecies because they are so enmeshed in the belief that they are undeserving. However, everyone is entitled to happiness. Only the worst human beings are without redeemable traits. Robyn and Kody are seen as living the lifestyles of A-list celebrities. The majority of individuals cannot afford their expensive products. They frequently go shopping. They drive a stylish vehicle. But that's only the superficial perception. Perhaps the royal bedroom isn't always such a joyful place. How can the most luxurious bedroom be a haven of happiness when its occupants are unhappy and dysfunctional? Kody Brown of Sister Wives might be aware of this since he's attempting to connect with his older kids. The quickest path to inner serenity is that. It involves fostering affectionate bonds and going above and beyond to maintain their strength and health. Kody Brown is on the right course, and if he shows kindness to the ladies he pushed away and the children who were harmed by that, supporters won't be so upset about his spending. However, I'm worried about his Instagram activity because I think he might be concealing something. With a few months out in between, Sister Wives Season 19 was divided into 2 segments. The focus of the second part, which is presently running, has been on the Brown family's sorrow and response to the death of Garrison Brown, who committed himself in March 2024. Kody and his second wife, Janelle Brown, had a son named Garrison. Following the departure of Kody's third wife, Christine Brown, in 2021, Janelle left him in 2022. Meri Brown, Kody's first wife, was the last to leave him, having done so in 2023. Robyn Brown, Kody's fourth wife, joined the family in 2010, leaving him in monogamy. Robyn, Robyn, their 5 children, and the rest of the family were all severely strained by Kody's actions, which made it quite evident that he preferred her to his previous spouses. The entire family is in disarray following Garrison's death, and I've seen that it's affecting Kody's Instagram activity and account. Although Kody's account is unverified, he has 184,000 followers. Garrison's death was the subject of Kody's most recent article, which was published on March 5, 2024. Kody disabled comments on his post. I believe that Kody may not feel comfortable sharing details of his life on social media, which is why he hasn't posted since losing Garrison. Kody finds himself in a highly contentious situation. He has not accepted responsibility for the harm he caused in his failed marriages, in my opinion. He is portrayed as resentful, accusing, and downright impolite. He even goes so far as to claim that Robyn is the only one he truly loves and that he never loved his first 3 wives. Kody has positioned himself as provocative to Sister Wives viewers, and his children also suffered as a result of his behaviors and conduct near the conclusion of his marriages. Not only did the OG3 experience the effects of his favoritism, but his original 13 children did as well. Because of his marriage to Robyn, his abuse of their mothers, and his incapacity to be there for them, the majority of Kody's children avoid him and don't want a relationship. This also applies to Garrison. When he died, Kody and Garrison were very much apart and not on speaking terms. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.